Fourth, we believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon.
I have a dream.
Change has come to America.
Believe me. Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals has lifted the hold, barring the Department of Justice from using the classified material seized in their investigations.
And that's how the day ended yesterday. I mean, wow. What a day. Yesterday, Donald Trump's handpicked special master asked his lawyers to show him evidence that Donald Trump declassified any documents. And the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals shredded his entire case and said that the Department of Justice was in the right. They may continue their criminal investigation into the classified documents that Donald Trump denied he had or said was planted at Magaloco, said, show us some evidence of any of those things. The 11th Circuit said, you know what, that judge is right. You haven't shown any evidence. We need to actually proceed with this case because we need to know if national security was damaged by you. And the only way that we can assess if damage was done to national security by you is if DOJ gets to find out about these 100 classified documents. Who saw them? Where are they now? How were they stored? Who had access to them? So please, DOJ, go right ahead and continue your criminal case. And then don't forget how the day started yesterday. The day started with the Attorney General of New York saying that the Trump Organization is basically a criminal enterprise. So much winning, everybody. You think he's tired of winning? Wow. Winning. So much winning. Yes, we're all so tired of all the winning. Holy crap. And then just to cap off what was a crazy, crazy news day with regard to just one human, just one person, okay? Ron DeSantis, we found out a class action lawsuit was filed against him. Alex Jones, a Houston bankruptcy attorney, said that what Alex Jones is doing in bankruptcy is not transparent. It seems hinky to him. It seems a little, dirty to him. And he took Alex Jones' lawyer and his restructuring staff off of the case of InfoWars and said the Department of Justice will now be in charge of going through all of the documents, all of the money that InfoWars has so that Alex Jones can't hide the money in bankruptcy from the Sandy Hook families who prevailed in court after all these years. You had Biden at the United Nations, rallying the world against Vladimir Putin's ridiculous threat to use nuclear weapons and starting a draft. Oh, you know what's going on in Russia right now? Oh my God! It looks like Lenin is back. People are fleeing Russia in droves, because Vlad said that he was going to conscript. He was going to start a draft, and he was going to draft 300,000 new recruits. And so every man and the women that love them in Russia is now getting on any airplane out of Russia to any country that allows them to go without a visa. People are lined up in their cars at the border of Finland. There's a traffic jam on the border of Finland full of Russians trying to get out of there. I mean, and Iran is, all up. That people are just protesting in Iran because you had a 22-year-old girl who was arrested by the morality police, which is, apparently germane now to America. Why do I say that? Well, the girl that was arrested, she was arrested because the morality police felt that her pants underneath her loose-fitting garment were too tight. Swear to God. Her pants were too tight under her loose-fitting garment. And so they took her into custody. She apparently somehow ended up in a coma and died. And her father apparently has access to social media, and he was telling the Iranians about, his daughter and how she showed up dead, and it was all because her pants were too tight under her loose fitting. And the women there went ballistic. They literally went crazy. They're all out in the streets now. You had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of arrests there, hundreds of arrests in Russia for protests too, because people are protesting this ridiculous invasion of Ukraine. I mean, the whole world is trying to get free. The whole world is clamoring for freedom and decency and honesty in some sort of a governing body that refuses to rise to the occasion of. And here we are trying to, put a period at the end of our lying years ourselves, trying to put an end to our autocratic years, our autocratic impulses. And yet today I read that, 34%, as I told you, of registered voters, 34% of registered voters still support the Republican Party. 34%. Of that 34%, swear to God, 60% of them want to see America establish a Christian religion, which is in violation of our Establishment Clause, which is one of the first things. It's like the first thing in the Constitution, okay, that says, Congress shall make no establishment of religion or prevent the free exercise thereof, right? So now they're saying, so they asked them the follow-up question in the survey about how they want white Christian nationalism to be the law. They want like Sharia law here. It's just such projection with the Sharia law, which is what the people in Iran are protesting, by the way. But the people who are still clinging to this minority party, this dying, lying, seriously devoid of any integrity or decency or extension of dignity to others party, would like to, they ask them the follow-up question. They go like, do you know that the Constitution prevents the establishment of religion? And a majority of them said, yeah, we know, but we don't care. We want it anyway. So this is where we are. This is where we are. But anyway, so what a terrible, terrible day for lying, deceitful, criminal enterprise, CEOs yesterday was. Just terrible. So what does he do? He goes on to Fox News. Of course, he goes on to Sean Hannity's show, and he explains to Sean Hannity that the evidence that he declassified documents that he is in his head, that he can actually wish them declassified. As president, he had the authority to wish them declassified. He told Sean Hannity, quote, if you're the president of the United States, you can declassify it just by saying it's declassified, even just thinking about it. Even just thinking about it. You think I'm making this up? I'm not making this up.
So let me ask you this question, because I think this is the next logical question, because the president of the United States, you, unlike, say, Hillary Clinton in her case, right, a president has the power to declassify.
Correct.
Okay. You had said on Truth Social a number of times you did declassify.
I did declassify, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a process? What was your process to declassify?
There doesn't have to be a process, as I understand it. There's different people say different things, but as I understand it, there doesn't have to be. If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it.
Don't you even have to cross your arms and blink to make wishes come true? Don't you have to rub a genie bottle? Don't you have to wiggle your nose? Shouldn't you have to at least wear ruby slippers and have to click your heels 3 times to wish it?
Can I just get an abracadabra?
Right. There wasn't even an abracadabra involved here. I mean, was there an infinity gauntlet or anything? You just have to think it. So if that's the case, if his mind is so powerful, why didn't he just wish Joe Biden into the cornfield? You see what I mean? Why did he have to, wish to win the election and then lose if his mind is so good at this? I just don't even understand it. Yes, it's the Make-A-Wish theory, everybody. That's where we are. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.